Good morning, Donna. Okay, so sorry it's taken me a little longer than I hoped to send you this, but better late than never. Excuse my crazy hair. Okay, you're gonna start off with your primer. Now this is assuming that, and I hope you're loving all your stuff. I'm so glad that you're playing with it. So fun. So you've washed your face. You have used any kind of treatments that you used for your face, toned it, moisturized it. Okay, you've let that kind of sit. You're gonna just take that primer. I like to start with my eyes and then just kind of work it in to my face and neck. You want to get your neck because you're going to want to blend some of that product. I do my eyelashes with the primer too. I feel like it helps them get a little bit of thickness to them. Some people say, don't prime your eyelashes. It's okay, it's whatever. Okay, so once you've done your primer, I normally do my primer. You can run it through the ends of your hair. It helps to take the fuzzy out of your hair because it just kind of helps. It's a serum, so it kind of helps to smooth it. I like to do my eyes first. This way, I do my eyes. If I get any fallout of product on my cheeks, you have plenty of time to get that off. Okay, so I'm just going with a fluffy brush. I'm trying to remember the brush I sent you. I think I sent you the one that has a sponge on one side and the brush on the other, which is really good for the palettes. So I thought I'd show you like two different eye looks with the same palette so you could kind of play with like what tickles your fancy. Okay, I'm going to do a soft eye first and then I'll do a more bold eye. So I'm going to do this very first color, which is Elated, and I'm just kind of tapping the brush into that color. And Luke is in there watching a show, so he might pop in at any moment. So it's just a really soft color. You can take Elated all the way up to your brow bone because it's a matte color, which means it's not going to have any shimmer in it. And I'm going to go, see, so it's just really soft. You see how it just kind of softened up the eye a little bit? And then I'm going to go with Sincere, which is the next one over. It's going to have a little bit of shimmer in it, and so I'm just going to put it right in here. Just a little, just a little. And then I'm going to take a crease brush. You know, I just have a ton of these brushes, so you can use the same brush, just kind of wipe it off on a towel in between. And then I'm going to go in with this chipper color that's also a matte. It's a matte brown. Every time I say that, I giggle when I'm on video. I just tap the excess off, and then I take my brow bone, which is right, you can feel where your brow bone is, and I take that color right on the edge of that brow bone. So a little bit of color goes a long way, so just add a little bit at a time. And that brown is really going to pull out the color of the tans. It's really going to just be a nice soft little. Okay, and like I said, you can add a little bit more at a time if you want it a little bit more bold. But this is more of like an everyday look, kind of a soft everyday look, and then you could put some eyeliner on if you like eyeliner, and then always, of course, top it with mascara. So that's it. Those three colors that you can really just go nice and soft. I'm going to add a little shimmer to the other side. So I'm going to start with this Sincere, which is a shimmer color. You want your eyes to pop, and you want that primer. I would even think about putting a little bit of extra primer on your eyes for the day of the wedding because you want that primer to sit. You want that primer to be nice and tacky when you put it on because then it's going to hold that color all day and all night. Oh, I hear Luke. So the shimmer is really nice, and it's just a nice overall shimmer. It's not going to be too dramatic. And then I'm going to come in with Brassy, okay? It's like a nice pop of gold. And I'm going to take it all along the outside over here. Now remember, just tap into that color just very softly. The colors are very vibrant and bold. And so a little bit goes a long way. And if you get it too far up, just kind of smush it. Oh, you see that? I had it on my own thumb. But you can kind of fix it with a Q-tip or your finger if you don't have too much product on your finger. And then I'm going to go back to the crease brush. I just like the bristles of this one. And I'm going to go in with a little bit darker, which is that dark brown. It's a matte, that Forthright, but it's a dark matte. And you'll see. A little bit at a time. I use this one a lot for a liner too. Like if you've got one of those little liner shader brushes that have the liner tip. This one. It's like really skinny and fine and angled, which would be really fun to do your liner with a coordinating color. So I have really big eyes, so I bring my brown up so that when I open my eyes, you can still see color. And then you can work with the shape of your eyes. So I just went really simple and round with this one. With this bolder eye, I'm gonna create an edge, kind of almost like with the end. And you can kind of play with it. You may not ever want it to be this dark, but you're gonna want some color for the wedding. You're gonna want some stuff that that kind of pops your eyes a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with this little swanky with the same original brush I used, and I'm just gonna kind of push it into the edge of that brown. It's just gonna create a little bit more depth to the color. And then I'm gonna go in with, not a concealer brush, nope. Let's just use the same one. Just gonna kind of wipe it off. And then I'm gonna blend those colors together. So it creates more of a seamless look because you don't wanna see like lines on your face, you know? So you can even blend this out a little bit too. Awesome. And then I'm assuming you have some liner or, what am I trying to say? Or you could use this palette in that Forthright, that dark, the second to last one is a matte brown, a dark matte brown. So that's not gonna have any shimmer to it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the face because this video is gonna get long if I don't keep moving. I like to put my concealer on the back of my hand. The concealer is very thick, and when you put it on the back of your hand, I mean just a smidge. It helps kind of warm it up a little bit. As you see, I have some blemishes, so I'm gonna cover those up. This is where you'll go and you'll spot treat your imperfections. Any areas in the skin that you really want to cover up. This will be with that chiffon. Hopefully you've gotten it. The same color as your foundation. And so I'm literally I'm using a concealer brush. You can use your fingers. With oily skin, I try not to touch my face as much as I can. It's really hard for me because I like to push on all my imperfections. But the concealer is going to go a long way. If you feel like you need a little bit more coverage, just get some more on the back of your hand. Just kind of helps warm it up a little bit, or you can apply it directly to your fingers. Okay, the fun. You're gonna want to empty out the dropper. So you're just gonna take it out and you're gonna squeeze it back in there. You're gonna place it back in there, and then you're gonna go to Shakin' Town. And the reason you wanna shake it so well is because there's a lot of ingredients inside here that need to be blended really well together. And if you shake before you empty your dropper out, then whatever's in the dropper doesn't get properly mixed. And then it just goes on your face a little uneven. I've just found shaking it really good is the best result. Okay, so you've got your liquid foundation brush that has the little divot in the middle. You're gonna wanna place your product on the outside of the divot. Some people place it in the middle. That's not a good spot. Depending on the coverage you want. So see, now my dropper's empty, so I'm going to go back in there and load it with some of that product. And I'm going to drop it on the outside of that brush. And I'll show you in just a second. I like to do 4 drops. Some days I even do 3 if I really don't want a ton of coverage. Some girls do 6 and 7. Again, it kind of just depends. So see, some of that product has seeped down into my brush. It's okay because you're going to just press it into your skin. And remember, with the liquid foundation, you are just creating like a buffer. Your makeup is sitting on top of your face. So you're just like softly rubbing that in. And again, you can add more. This product is buildable. It's going to dry to a powder. And so for me, this is more of like a light coverage, how I'm doing it. I don't like full coverage because of my face and my pores. You're going to want to just pull it down. Just kind of blend it into your neck a little bit. Now, I like to kind of go all over. So you can kind of see it's kind of just smoothed out my skin. This is the part where I put on my lightest concealer. For this one, I'm just going to apply it directly to my ring finger, the palm. If you had a lighter concealer, this is when you would apply it. If you're using a powder, like let's say just one day you want to conceal a little bit, but you don't need like the liquid coverage, you would use this first because you don't want to apply anything super wet on top of something dry. But after your liquid foundation is perfect to just blend in. Just that highlighter shade just kind of opens your eyes a little bit, and I go and get it all the way underneath there, and then you're pulling it into an inverted triangle down your face. Okay, what else did we get? I know we got lipstick and we got blush. I usually put a little bit of bronzer on the underside of my cheekbones. You totally don't have to do that. Kind of blend that over there. That got a little bit much. This just kind of like accentuates your face and makes you look like you have cheekbones, because I don't. I gotta like suck in to have them. You can take it even up on your forehead. You know how you create the C? Which, if you're wanting to get frisky for the wedding, I would definitely recommend a little bit of contouring. But if it overwhelms you, don't do it. So then I go straight to my little blush, and I'm using Stunning, which is kind of bright. But you know, you're just gonna kind of tap the brush in there, and I take it right in between where I did that little bronzer and at the edge of my concealer. And you're just gonna take it up your cheek. I kind of push, and then you can kind of swipe. A little bit goes a long way, but you're gonna wanna make sure you have blush on your cheeks for the wedding for sure. Okay, and then you go straight to your mascara, your lipstick. I hope you like that Affluent shade. I think it's so pretty. But you can line your lips with like a nice neutral liner and then put the lipstick on, and that will really help. Another thing I was thinking is if you lined your entire lips, like you lined all the way around and filled them in with a pencil, and then put that Affluent over top, that's really gonna make that color last all night. Otherwise, just keep it in your little purse or your clutch or whatever you take to the wedding, so you have it to reapply when you need it after you have some hors d'oeuvres or some beverages or whatever. So I hope that helps a little bit. If there's something else you want to see, or you're like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, just let me know, and I can always send you a new video or send you a link to some of the other ones I've done. But you can go really simple with some of the lighter colors that are matte, which just means they're going to have not a lot of pop of shimmer. Or you can go a little bit bolder with the same palette. So you can really, I mean, and you can do all over brown. There's so many options with the palette. That's why I'm so excited you got that. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'm so excited for you to try all these products. And just give me a heads up so I can help you in any way. Okay, love ya.